I'm making a video of a one of a kind type video that I honestly do not recommend. I do not recommend. But I will say that it is not easy on this path to growth, you know, daily success and things of that nature. But I will say it's a daily. It is a daily effort. Very easy to take a few steps forward, right? Want to ease yourself and connect a little bit back into society, and start hanging out with the complacent, the ones that go to the do local stuff all the fucking time, local bar, local travel, local. And it's okay if you're building, right? Everybody's life is different, but you have to have things around you that remind you of your success and remind you of your goals. Last week I was doing well, waking up early, accomplishing our goals, getting through things. And this upcoming week is going to be nothing short of steps forward. But don't diminish your goals. Don't do that. This video is not about that. That's just a reminder. This video is another caveat or another process bullet point that is needed on this home purchasing that people don't know about. And one of them is depending on what units you purchase, whether they are occupied, right? Tenants are currently living in them. Tenants currently living in them, or they're vacant. Either way, you're going to have to transfer all the utilities into your name. And there's caveats to these things, right? Sometimes, let's hope each utilities are separated. Let's say each utilities are separated, right? So you have your unit 1 has a separate electrical meter, right? Or electric panel. Hopefully a separate water meter. So you can siphon and separate those monthly utilities, so you're not having somebody pay someone else's expenses, or someone else does a bunch of laundry with a bunch of kids and someone else is living single. You don't want them boosting off each other. Someone else is a gamer working from home using all the electric and someone else isn't. So you don't want that. One thing I am saying too, that I'm saying is live on camera, there's ups and downs and struggles, and one of the things is smoking. Need to pull that down and stop. I'm a pretty healthy person. We don't like drinking here, and smoking is more of a way I let my brain relax. But I'm gonna have to find something else. Maybe I don't need to relax. We don't need to relax all the time. But transferring utilities into your name, as well as a landlord panel box, which is essentially the common areas electricity that you can't put on a tenant. Let's say, especially in multi-units, there has to be some common space. Maybe the open door opens up to a little foyer or a little hallway that has unit 1's door to the left, unit 2's door. Maybe unit 1 is up, unit 2 is upstairs, unit 1 is to the left. That common walkway where the mailman maybe walks in and puts the public mail, or you can add a security camera for the hallway, or you have to have somebody vacuum that main walkway. That area usually it's called a landlord panel, right? A public walking panel that has to be also transferred into your name, in addition to the landlord utilities. So just these things you need to know. Transferring utilities into your name is a big thing. That is a situation where even either occupied or non-occupied, this has to be done. One thing that also I want to add to your your knowledge, is when it is occupied, these utilities were in someone else's name, right? It's not like I'm like, oh, I want to start utilities at this date, at this time. When it's vacant, you already know that nobody's paying for this currently. Nobody's paying for this currently, so it's easy to transfer into your name. There's no transfer time. You just say what date you want it, and you go from there. If it's already running, there's easy parts to it, but it's also complicated parts, and that is having to have that person agree or terminate their lease, their contract at a certain time, transfer into your name, and whatever there's a blurry gray area. Whatever utilities the tenants currently pay, or how they pay you through you billing them the utilities monthly. I hope that makes sense. The landlord might have everything in his name, and the utilities that he chooses to bill onto the to the tenant, he, on a scheduled basis, sends them the bill, or they receive the bill, and then they, in addition to the rent, pay the landlord. However that process is done, you have to figure it out, how you want to run it and how you want to make it operate. So the 28th and 29th of the month, you don't have to be your healthiest. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if you're on vacation the 28th, 29th of the month? There's an issue. Either way, these are things you have to think about, right? All the bills have to be paid, and you have to know. Okay? So that's what I want to add here. Transferring utilities into your name, whether that be a vacant or a non-vacant property. Either way, you have to make sure you understand your process. All right, guys. Over and out.